What's going on, everybody? Rob A here, and today we're taking a look at Jurassic World Legacy Collection Extreme Chompin Spinosaurus. Now, of course, this is the Target exclusive Spinosaurus that everybody is having the hardest time getting a hold of. I was very lucky in that I was able to snag one early in the morning when it went on Target for just a matter of moments. Here's the thing. There's a lot of crazy rumors going around about this figure. Some may be true, some may not be true, but I'm just going to give you my opinion on the whole matter. So I know there was talk that this figure was actually discontinued, that Target was no longer carrying it, and that whatever went out on this or out online back in April or whatever it was, way back when, was all that was ever going to exist, and I don't believe that is true. Obviously, that's not entirely true. So what my thinking is, and granted this is just my opinion, but for those of you that still want this figure, don't go online and pay crazy amounts of money for it. I got this on Target. I actually got it on sale at Target. So Target does still have these. My thought is that they were holding on to these Spinosaurus figures until they sold through more of their Extreme Chompin T-Rex figures, and then when they started doing their reset, either before or after the Christmas holiday, you're going to start seeing more of these Spinosaurs. And it makes sense to me because they've been regularly available, albeit for very short periods of time, on Target.com. So they'll go in stock and go out of stock very quickly, but it'll happen several days in a row. So what's happening probably is that their distribution centers their distribution centers are going to their warehouses or vice versa. I'm not sure exactly how the terminology is correctly used there, but either way, the notification is going to Target.com that, hey, we just received X number of these figures from our warehouse. They're available. Everybody buys them. And then, the process continues. They get another pallet. Because, they're going through for the holidays. So chances are, yes, at the time when, anybody spoke to Mattel or Target, yeah, it was probably very true that Target did not have any intention of ordering more of these figures because they were probably sitting on a warehouse full of them. And they're just waiting for the stock to sell down on their other Jurassic World Legacy figures to make shelf space or make inventory space online, etc. So just a thought, that's just my opinion. I don't have necessarily anything to back that up, except that I did speak to a Target representative that told me that they had no idea that there was any intention of discontinuing this figure, and that they should start becoming available later on. Which does seem to be the case. It just happens that people are waiting online, or scalpers or whoever is waiting to pick this figure up. Anyway, all that to say, I got my hands on a Spinosaurus, so it's not impossible to get one. So please just keep being patient and keep an eye out, and hopefully you'll be able to pick one up if you want a Spinosaurus. So this is the Spinosaurus. Showed up in the mail today. I'm excited about it. It's Extreme Chompin, just like the T-Rex. You can see it chomps. But unlike my T-Rex, and I know the tongue has since been fixed on all the Extreme Chompin Rexes, mine was fixed in position here, which was really annoying to try and actually chomp on things, because it was very difficult to chomp on things when your tongue's in the way. But yeah, we got an Extreme Chompin Spinosaurus. He chomps. Got some nice articulation in the neck, it looks like, and I'm excited about that. It's very large, very nice and large. And on the bottom, you can check, just in case, that is the UPC, should you ever want to look around for that. And on the back, you can see he features a gigantic bite, and he is a Spinosaurus. It shows the other figures from the Legacy Collection on the back here. Not Ian Malcolm, which is also showing up in stores. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get this big old Spinosaurus out of the package, and we're going to check her out. Alright guys, so here is the Legacy Spinosaurus in all of his glory, and he's or she, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. The Spinosaurus is a very cool figure. So it's got the same feature as the Extreme Chompin Tyrannosaurus. As you saw, you've just got a button back here, and you press on that, and the mouth opens. The tongue is not fixed in the center, like we said, which is very nice. It's got a very large bite. As you can see, I fit my whole hand right in there, so really nice. You also get some really decent articulation in the neck. We've got 2 points of articulation with this little sleeve that we're used to seeing here, so you get some nice natural looking movement of the head. It can go up decent, a decent amount. It can go down a nice range there, and you can also kind of get a sort of sideways sort of biting stance there as well, which is really cool. The arms, I thought the arms were going to be a little more mobile or a little more articulated than they are. You do get some motion up here in the shoulder, but it's not nearly as drastic as I thought. It goes up just about that much, and that's it. You can, of course, rotate it probably all the way around, except the leg tends to get in the way, and the body here does tend to get in the way. You do have nicely painted claws on both the forelimbs and the feet, up to and including the dew claw on the back here, which is cool. You do have articulation out to the side and the hips, and then of course the rotation of the leg can go all the way around. And because of the way that it's packaged, you can also rotate the feet around a little bit if you want to get some different poses with those feet. And then last but not least, the tail is on a socket and ball joint, and you can get some nice range out of that as well. So pretty much exactly the same as the Extreme Chompin Tyrannosaurus, except it is an entirely new mold. There are no shared parts whatsoever. It's totally different size than the T-Rex, and let's go ahead and show off the size difference between these two. So here we've got the Extreme Chompin Rex, and you can sort of see a little bit. Here, let's go ahead and get these guys side by side. This one's, so you can kind of get an idea that the Spinosaurus is quite a bit larger than the Rex. It might be a little hard to see. The Spinosaurus is a little bit more on par size-wise with the Thrash and Throw T-Rex, but as this is the Legacy Collection, I'm kind of keeping all the stuff within the same line, if that makes sense. So another size comparison, we have Ian Malcolm there, so you can get an idea of the size of the Spino. I think the size looks really, really nice. And then last but not least, the Legacy Collection Gallimimus, also known as Kiki Feet, Kiki Feetosaurus. And I think that looks pretty good, just like that. So we can get the, Spino come in and just chomp this guy up. Rah. Wait, this isn't fish. So, yeah, very, very cool. Let's take a quick look at the sculpting and paint here, especially in the head. I think they did a fantastic job with the sculpting in the head. The teeth look, while they are more or less rounded, they look nice and sharp. The paint is all really, really nicely done. The eyes are beautifully painted. It's very simple, but they're nice and clean looking. The sculpt is fantastic. I absolutely love the sculpt on this figure. We've got the jaw with all the little pebbly scales going all the way down along the neck. We do have small spikes here on the back of the head, and then of course the sail, which I'm not sure if the sail should be a little bit bigger, not a whole lot bigger, but maybe just a little bit bigger. But I don't know if that would have run into some sort of problems, either in packaging or in just sales somewhere along the way. I don't know. Maybe it would just raise the price of the figure to have more plastic for that. But I think overall it looks good. It looks nicely proportioned with the rest of the dinosaur, so I'm not going to complain about that. But yeah, overall, just a really, really solid figure. And like I said, I know these are like impossible to get right now, but I would say just be patient. They should be kind of working their way through the system, just working the turkey through. And eventually, I think these guys will be a lot easier to get a hold of. They may even show up on store shelves once the holidays kind of cleared out the old stock of the Jurassic World figures. And again, I could be wrong on that. This is all my kind of theory, but I'd say I feel pretty confident saying this. So, take that with a grain of salt, but it is what it is. So that's going to do it for this review, guys. I want to thank you so very much for watching. If you enjoyed, please hit that like button. It really helps me out. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more. I'll have more Jurassic World stuff coming real soon, so stick around for that. In the meantime, thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.